Yo guys, what is going on? Blossom is back and welcome back to my channel for another episode of Top Drives. The date is indeed February 11th. We have already gone 1 month and 11 days into 2020 and finally we have our first Top Drives Top 10. It's been a long time since I've done a video like this, but that was because I just didn't really have a lot of top 10s to think about. And then when GE came up, the first idea I thought of was, Top Drives, my top 10 GE cars that I want. But with all the new pack openings I've been doing, it has taken hierarchy in the upload schedule. And as you can see here, well, you can't because my face is blocking the way, but I am at 10,531,000 at the time of making this video. So that's already halfway to my next 1 million pack opening. Anyway, before I get in to showing you what my top 10 is, my question for this video is for you guys. What is your top 10 lists for GE cars? I want to see what my viewers want to get, like what cars may be more popular than others and all that kind of good stuff. And also, before I show you my top 10, I want to run through the last 2 top 10 lists I ran when new updates came out. So I'm gonna put pictures right here. Oh god, that's gonna take a lot of time, but yeah, we'll start off with German Renaissance. That's when I started doing my top 10 wish lists for new updates. So my top 10 German Renaissance cars, I have gotten 5 out of 10 of them. Number 10 was the Volkswagen Golf TCR, which I have yet to receive. Number 9 was the BMW M2, the limited one. That I've already received, which I'm very happy to get. Number 8 was the Compressor R, which I still don't have, the roof. I still haven't gotten an epic roof that I'm happy with. I've gotten the convertible, and I think it's like the TCR. No, they're not that great. Number 7 was the M4 GTS, the prize car. I actually got that, which I'm very, very happy with. American requirements. Number 6 was the M850i X-Drive. Yes, it is a useless. It turned out to be a useless BMW. Useless legendary because it has no MRA. But I do love the car in real life, and I'm very happy to have it in my garage. Number 5, I also got this, was the BMW X3 M40i, my mom's car. I was very, very happy to get that. I wasn't expecting to get that car, but I was very, very pleased that it came out from my pack. Usually I don't get, key cars such as the X3 M40i. When I mean that, it's because I've never gotten a Superlight, I've never gotten a BTR2 or the Compressor R for that fact, never gotten a wide body. Yeah, you get what I mean, or the LP550 Lamborghini Gallardo. But I say that the 4th car on my list was indeed the key car I actually wanted, so I guess I do get some, but I don't get all. And number 4 was indeed the BMW M3 CS. Now, moving on, in the 3rd place, I did not get that one, was the Roof CTR2. In 2nd place, it was the M5 Delimited, haven't gotten that one either. And finally, in 1st place, the car I wanted the most was the Roof Yellowbird, which eventually I will get, which I'm very happy with. If we look into single player right now, we can look at where I'm standing. 17% through the championships. I finished California, USA, and I'm 20% through the UK. So hopefully we'll finish. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm probably going to go USA to UK. You know what? I'm going to keep it a secret so you guys can guess. And then now moving on to Italian Renaissance, I got 3 out of the 10 cars I wished for. Yeah, 3. At least GR was nice. I got half the list. But when it comes to Italian Renaissance, not as much. Number 10 was the Alfa Romeo, the SUV, the Stelvio. Number 9 was the Ghibli SS, which I did get. Well, that was a rare, so I'm happy I got that. Number 8 was the Miura Roadster. Happy to get that as well. It did take me a while to get that, but I finally got it in the end. Number 7 was the Lancia ECV. I haven't gotten the ECV. Why I had it on my list was because it had like 2.3, 0 to 60, 2.2, something like that. Absolutely amazing. It doesn't have great MRA, but it had good handling as well, and I think it was a pretty light car. So really, really great car that. Still don't have it. If I had the Monte Carlo on my list though, I would have checked that off, but I did go with the ECV Lancia. Number 6 was the Lamborghini Centenario. I still have yet to get the Centenario. Number 5 was the Lancia Delta S4 Rally. I would love a Lancia rally car. I would love to have one of those, but I haven't gotten that yet. Obviously, that is also a prize car, but I would love to have the other achievable Lancia Delta rallies as well. Moving on to number 4 was the Aventador SVJ. We came close. We came very close. We actually got the Aventador SV literally 2 days ago, and I'm very happy. In fact, we can even go to My Cars and just look at that baby. Oh, my starting screen now is just a lot of orange. There's orange in the Bugatti, the Jag, the Huracan, the Aventador. But yeah, Aventador SVJ is on my list. Obviously, we cannot get that yet because it's a prize car that has yet to be released. Number 3 was the Lamborghini LP550-2 Coupe. Still don't have that. Would love to have that. However, you know, it's kind of less relevant now with the new Aston Martin DB11. I would love that. Number 2 is the Pagani Huayra BC, which is the prize car that they've yet to give out. And finally, the last one, number 1 car on my Italian Renaissance list that has also yet to come out is the Lamborghini Veneno. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 of the cars I haven't gotten out. And I've gotten 3. So that leaves me the ECV, the Centenario, the Stelvio, and the LP550 I've yet to achieve. Oh, I said I got 3 out of 10. I was wrong. I got 2 out of the 10. 2. Okay. Anyway, those were my top 10 lists from updates long ago. Today in question, however, is indeed the top 10 list I have for great existence, the great exhibition. So let's just go to My Cars and All Cars, and we will start with the list right away. So in number 10, it is indeed a Year of the Rat car. And yes, it's on my wish list, but it's like high up the wish list. It's in 10th position, and that is indeed the TVR Griffith. I would love this. I'm actually a huge fan of the Griffith. One of my friend's dads had a TVR. I'm not sure if he still has it, but he had it, and it was I think it was a Tuscan. But yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I looked at the car and I was just like, I've never seen anything like this before. Like that was when my knowledge of British cars were mostly Rolls-Royce, Bentley, and Mini Cooper. So I was never heard of a TVR before, and then I think my best friend's dad, no, not even my best friend, just my friend's dad, he told me it was Russian. It was Russian. But yeah, I guess TVR was under a Russian company for a while, or it still is, I think, owned by a Russian company. But it is indeed a British car, and is definitely number 10 on my list. It weighs 1,250 kgs and has an MRA of 94.19. That is very good. Very good, especially when you also have top speed of over 200, 0 to 60 of under 4 seconds, and a handling of 87. Very impressive statistics indeed. Competitors to the TVR Griffith would be the Aston Martin DB10, which is similar in MRA and handling, and the Pagani Zonda C12, which is also similar in MRA and handling, because the C12 Zonda goes 0 to 60 in 4 seconds, but has an MRA of 100. So I think it has less handling as well. I did say similar in handling, but I did not write down how much. But this is number 10 on my list, the TVR Griffith. It has 2 tags as well, Year of the Rat and Great Exhibition, which, may lead you to think, why didn't I open the Year of the Rat packs? In the end, to be honest with you, I hate the Year of the Rat packs. They're such a scam. Please do not open any. I mean, they're not out anymore, so... And we probably won't see them again until like 12 years later, if Top Drive still exists. So, moving on to number 9, we go into Lotus. And indeed, in this 9th spot, the car I want the most is indeed the Lotus Exige S1. It weighs 785 kg and has an MRA of 77.94, which is decent for a Lotus specializing in the twisty department. 0 to 60 is indeed very low, quite low, 4.7, and handling is 87, which makes the 0 to 60 in the handling not as good as the 340R, 4587 to 4787, but then the S1 definitely has better MRA, and I think it's just a much cooler car. I don't know about you guys, but in terms of the design of the 340R, I don't really like the design. It feels like it's been a car that was just like stripped of its sides, which it is. I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of the design of this car, but I am a huge fan of the design of the Exige S1. It looks very, very cool. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten the chance to get that yet. I have opened my fair share of Lotus carbon fibers. As you guys know, we got the Europa, 2 new Epics, and these very nice SX turbos, Esprit turbos. This is the SX Turbo Esprit. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, moving on to number 8, we go into Aston Martin. Now, I'm not going to ask you guys what you think my number 1 car will be because it's fairly obvious. And if not, it's very obvious. So you can guess what my number 2 car would be, because everybody knows what my number 1 car would be on my GE list. So moving on is indeed, it's not you, it is the Ultra. And this one right here, the Aston Martin DB3S. It weighs almost nothing. It's almost as light as the Exige that was number 9 on my list at 801 kgs and has an MRA of 88.26. That is very good MRA. It's a great car for the hairpin I see, because when it comes to drags, it's not the best. It's not going to beat the Aerovet. I'm pretty sure it's not going to. We can compare it to the Aerovet in a bit. 4880, it definitely has more handling than the Aerovet it definitely has more handling than the Aerovet. I don't know what I was going to say after that. Decent handling, decent top speed as well, and very nice MRA. And just overall, it's a beautiful car. It's a thing of wonder. Anyway, moving on to number 8. We stay in Aston Martin because we go to the Vulcan. Now, there aren't a lot of prize cars on this list, although in my Italian Renaissance list, there were a lot of prize cars. The GE ones are only 2. Only 2 prize cars. So, Vulcan is one of them. 2.80 to 60, 91 handling, 205 top speed, RQ30 rear-wheel drive. The car kind of speaks for itself. It has 3 tags as well. Ultra expensive, wild ride, great exhibition. Now, I don't think we'll see an ultra expensive event anytime soon. Can you imagine ultra expensive packs? I think they're gonna be loaded, I think. But I'll have to actually go into Top Drives Club and check it out myself. But it does have the wild ride tag, and we will see that in the future. I mean, they do reoccurring events for wild ride as well as driver's choice. It's kind of in that niche category. The Aston Martin Vulcan, it's a beast. MRA is unknown because nobody has it yet. I don't think anybody has tested it out yet. It hasn't been popped up in the challenge yet. But it weighs 1,350 kgs, making it pretty light, to be fair. Now, moving on to number 6, we also stay in Aston Martin. I promise this list is not all Aston Martin, but it is indeed half of it is Aston Martin. Number 6 is indeed the Aston Martin CC100 Speedster. I love this car so much. 180 top speed, 3.90 to 60, 88 handling. Oh my god. Now, it weighs 1,550 kg and has an MRA of almost 100 at 99.74. Now, why I love this car even more is the history and why the CC100 was made. So for the CC100, it takes inspiration, right? It takes inspiration from one of Aston's earlier cars. If you don't know the earlier car, I'll sort out my phone. One of the car that it takes inspiration from in its design is the Aston Martin ZBR1, which, Carroll Shelby drove and won Le Mans. You know me, I love my Le Mans cars. I wish I had the GT40. I literally hoard all the D-types I get, 12 of them now, and I'm pretty sure the D-type also won Le Mans. And considering the DBR1 won Le Mans, and this car is, the design is based off the DBR1, that just makes it even more sweeter. And then the fact that it has a 100 in its name, this celebrates 100 years of Aston Martin. I gotta say it like an American. I don't know why I always default to this weird British accent when I say Aston Martin, right? It celebrates 100 years of Aston Martin, and I love the brand, love the car. Anyway, moving on to number 5. You guys might be relieved we're actually leaving Aston Martin for a bit. We're going to Jag, because it is the Jag I want the most. Now, I did learn recently at how good the I-Pace actually is. It's actually better than the CT6. The only reason why it's RQ25 is because it has no top speed. So kind of like a Chevrolet Mirae, but with standard tires. But where is it? Jaguar. Hello. There you go. Here's the I-Pace I was talking about, by the way. This thing's a keeper. I did not put this in my Blossom Choice for the 2018 pack, but if I could change it, yes, it is a Blossom Choice car. I just learned how good this thing actually is. But the car I want the most from Jag is indeed the Jaguar XJS TWR. It weighs 1,450 kg, so it's kinda heavy. MRA of, once again, almost 100 at 99.76. And just a beautiful car. Slick tires, but then amazing handling. 88 for RQ25 is almost unheard of. It's definitely up there. The 0 to 60 isn't the best, but it's not the weakest. Top speed is good, but once again, MRA is great. So it's kind of like an all-rounder car. With that handling, you know, you can use it for the twisties, but with that MRA, you can use it for the longer stretches as well. Top speed of 180 is also not bad. Max this baby out. It won't hit 200, but it'll probably hit like 191, 192, maybe 190, something like that. Anyway, moving on to number 4 of the list, we move to McLaren. There are some McLarens I do really want. Why do I always overshoot the names? Here we are, and it is indeed the 600 LT Coupe. 204 top speed, 2.80 to 60, 90 handling, but one of the main reasons why I want this car so much is the picture. The picture is great. I remember a long time ago I did a top drives top 10 on the nicest pictures in the game, and the 720S was, I'm pretty sure, in my top 3. I think it was like number 3 or number 2. This picture's even better because, you know, it fits better as well. It's very nice. It's a good car, 2890, great stats, and the top speed of over 200 miles per hour. Now, it's no Bugatti, but it's kind of unfair if we kind of compare every car to a Bugatti. But still, amazing car, definitely RQ30. And what's the MRA on this thing? 103.7 and weighs 1,247 kg. Now it says here it rivals the GT2 RS, which is my second favorite legendary, after my first favorite, which is also in this list, and you know, it has amazing MRA. Now, moving on, we go back to Lotus on number 3 on my slot, and this is actually a legendary Lotus this time, which is a car I was low-key hoping I would be getting, because I made this list before I opened the Lotus Carbon Powder Packs like a week ago now. But this was a car I really wish I got from those Lotus packs, and that is indeed the 311 430. It's a beautiful looking car. I thought the 211 looked nice, but the 311 looks even nicer, and I love how it's in red. And if you guys don't know, red is my favorite color, so you know, a little bit more biasness to that. But 180 top speed, 3.10 to 60, 91 handling. The MRA, as of a week ago, was not documented on TDC, but I'm sure it is now, so I'll definitely, after the video, check out what the MRA is. It weighs 920 kgs, so that's less than 1,000. Very light car. And yeah, my notes, amazing picture. It's one of the greatest in the twisties. Anyway, moving on to number 2, the one that I asked you to guess. So what could it be? Some great cars I haven't mentioned. No Bentleys yet. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, there's no Bentleys in this list. But no Bentleys. But you know, there are a lot of Aston Martins I haven't mentioned. Everybody knows what number 1 is, but we do go back to Aston for number 2. Is it the DB11? No. DB11 is an honorable mention though. Definitely honorable mention. You know, Aston Martin Vantage is also an honorable mention, and I wrote here down my notes. Literally every Aston is in the honorable mention because I'm a huge fan. DB10, Zagato, and also the Vanquish, right here, the Vanquish S. But number 2 on my list is indeed the Aston Martin 177. It has the GE tag, the ultra expensive tag, top speed of over 220, well actually 220, but when you max it out, over 220. 0 to 60 of 3.7, which is the same as a Hellcat actually, and handling of 90. So think of it as a Hellcat, but with a lot more handling, a lot more expensive, and maybe a little more beautiful to look at. In my opinion. Obviously a lot more beautiful to look at for a lot of you guys. But yeah, it weighs 1,630 kgs. The MRA is unknown. And yeah, only 77 were made and only 76 exist because one crashed in Hong Kong. So rip to that Aston Martin. Anyway, number 1 on the list needs no introduction. Everybody knows this. It's like the new wide body on the channel. Actually, I don't want it to be the new wide body on the channel because if it was, it means I'll never get it. But yeah, the Aston Martin DBS Super Leger. 2019, great exhibition, 211 top speed, 3.20 to 60, 89 handling. I love this car, man. I love this car. The MRA is around the 80s, from what I've heard, high 70s, 80s, which is, I put in quotation marks because it should be better than that, honestly. Especially when you look at the real-time stats, it should be in the hundreds. But hopefully Hutch will fix that in a later update. It's pretty heavy though. Weighs almost 1,700 kg. And in terms of notes on why I chose this car, I don't need to say more. I love this car. I think it's one of the most beautiful cars ever made. I have a thing for big grills, I think, because my favorite car of all time, which I also think is the nicest car of all time, is the 1969 Dodge Charger. And that has a massive grill. Superleggera, massive grill. I love the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, massive grill. Hellcat, massive grill. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm thinking grills. But I do like the Porsche 959 that doesn't have a massive grill. But yeah, I think it's one of the most beautiful cars of all time, man. I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy that Hodge not only didn't make it a prize car, so I would have been pulling my hair out in an event, but they chose such a beautiful picture for it. I mean, it's such a beautiful car, so, you know, all pictures of it are probably going to be amazing, but the crop is beautiful, the picture, the angle, the motion. I don't know, I feel like I need to make it in the top 10 pictures in the game. This would be pretty high up the list. I don't think it would be the best. I still think the Porsche GC2 RS picture is nicer, but it's beautiful. And like I said, red's my favorite color. Anyway, that is my top 10 list. So I hope you enjoyed this video, the first Top Drives top 10 of the year. And if you're new to the channel, I welcome you. And if you have been watching all my videos, I really appreciate all your support. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all